Hey up and welcome to another Restrap how-to. Today we're looking at the holster bar bag and the holster bar bag plus. I think the first thing to kind of touch on is that the holster bar bag in one way or form has been, I suppose, a design classic for Restrap ever since we started making bikepacking gear. But this new version is perhaps the biggest evolution and sees the biggest changes in the product since we launched it. Some really interesting, really exciting new features that I'm looking forward to talking you through them. Okay, so let's have a look at some of the specific details around the holster bar bag. The first thing that you might have already noticed is the orange tab here, and that's attached to an elasticated strap, and that's designed so you can fit gloves, spare layer, something like that underneath it. Other thing that you might have noticed is these D-rings. So that's for use in conjunction with the Rolltop Canister Bag, just to add the extra capacity onto the front. We've got a light loop here, but then moving around to the back, then the attachment is very similar to many of our other bags, and you may well recognise it, but we've got some really grippy camming locks there and foam pads to just allow a bit of spacing between the bag and your handlebars. And then we've got some lighter weight attachment points to the fork that just use cam locks there. We now have Velcro strip in the back, which we've called our grip tight strip. And it's really useful actually. It's amazing the difference that this makes, and it's got sort of double function really. First of all, when you're attaching the bag into the holster on the bike, then it allows you to do that and you're not trying to wrestle too much with multiple hands trying to keep that in place while you're doing up clips. Just holds it there nicely. So the other advantage of the grip tight patch is that occasionally what you would find on our previous holster is if you hadn't packed the bag perfectly, or there was a bit too much weight on one side, and especially while you were riding down rough terrain off-road, occasionally you'd find the dry bag would want to wander one side or the other. The grip tight patch completely eliminates that. So here we have the holster bar bag plus, which is essentially kind of a combo deal basically. So it's exactly the same holster bar bag, but also comes with our Rolltop Canister Bag. If you want to know a little bit more about the details of the Rolltop Canister Bag, essentially it's a 4 litre fully waterproof bag, but we've got a full video on that up here hopefully. And it attaches really nicely onto the front of the canister. For me, one of the nice things is that you can still use that elasticated attachment point, so you can still fit waterproof jacket, spare gloves, whatever under there while you're riding along. But you also get the benefit of some extra carrying capacity and some easy access to, say, these stretchy pockets for food, snacks, that kind of thing too. So I think we've run through all the features there. The last thing to look at is actually just fitting it onto the bike. As you can see, we've just got the holster section of the product now, and I'm just freeing up these two webbing straps, get the holster centered, and then with the cam lock, make sure it's in the open position, pull that through and do the same on the other side. There we go. So that's kind of loosely in position now. All I then do is just go back, pull that up tight, and pull this one up tight as well. Next point is we are going to be feeding strap through the fork leg, close the cam lock, and we do have an O-ring which is just around here that you can slide over there as well. Last thing to do is simply repeat the process on the other side. Last step is attaching the dry bag into the holster. You will see that we've got the grip tight patch there, which essentially some Velcro, or the loop side of some Velcro. You will see that it's actually asymmetrical. There's not a right way around for this at all. But what it does do is it will potentially just ever so slightly change the shape of the bag in the holster. Try which one works best for you. For different setups, different orientations may well just work a little bit better. Place that up against the Velcro, and as you can see, it's holding it there already. So it makes this stage that little bit easier of simply bringing the clip round, clip it into place, and same on the other side. Tighten that up a little bit and just roll up the excess, and that's you essentially ready to ride. Okay, so we've got the holster attached to the bag. How do we attach the Rolltop Canister Bag to the holster? So we've removed the foam blocks from the back just because there's not really any need to use them while you're using it with a holster. Really useful when you're attaching it to the bars by itself, but Rolltop Canister and holster doesn't need that. So first step, simply undo this Velcro, and you will see that there's a loop at the front simply feed that Velcro through and close it up on itself. So as you can see, it's partially held already. And then take one of the straps that would pass through the handlebar if you were just using it by itself, feed it through the D-ring, and then back through the cam lock here. Pull that as tight as you can do, and repeat the process on the other side. And there we have it. That's nicely attached, nice and stable and ready to ride. So we've got the Rolltop canister attached to the bar bag holster here. One thing that I'd wanted to show you actually is just how quick and easy it is to remove. So you can imagine you get to a cafe, you get to a shop or something, and you want to take your valuables that are in here in with you. Then simply a matter of flipping open the two cam locks, pulling the Velcro, out you go, take out the shoulder strap if you would like to use it, and away you go into the shops. So one thing that you may discover at some point while you own the bag is that the cam lock for this ends up facing the wrong way. And if you try and use it in this orientation, then it's just not working, as you can see. All that's happened is that the cam lock has slipped around in the webbing strap, and there you go. That's facing the right direction, and you know that because you can just lift it up and feed the webbing through. There you go. Perfect. So there we have it, the Holster Bar Bag and the Holster Bar Bag Plus. They've been in the Restrap line for a long time, but for me this is an absolute evolution of the classic, improvements in every single way, and perfect for your bikepacking adventures.